What's happening, everybody? Ryan Adams here, Adams Group at Compass, and it is time, like it or love it, for another episode of Ryan and Real Estate. So before we get into it, do me a favor, stop, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and click that notification button so that you can find out when we drop information like we're about to drop on you today, nice and hot. Today we're talking about how do you sell and buy a home at the same time. I mean, technically it's not the same time, but how do you do it? How do you sell your house and then go buy it shortly thereafter? So let's start here. When you do this, I will say this, it's typically a very complicated transaction, which means you need a very experienced agent who knows what they're doing and can walk you through that process and help you understand all of the steps that are needed in order to do that, and to give you as much information as possible, which is what I'm trying to do here today, so that you can make an educated decision that's best for you and your family. So typically when you need to sell your home to buy a home, here's how the process works. You come to me, you say, hey Ryan, at the Adams Group, you're awesome, man. I want you to list my home. Okay, great. Mr. Seller or Mrs. Seller, where do you want to live? Well, I want to live here. Cool, let's set up a search for you to start looking for your home. Now here's the hard part. We've got to try and somehow time your sale of your home so that as soon as you sell it, within a week or two, we're gonna go find a home and get you under contract with a home. Given the current market we're in, there's not a lot of inventory, so that is what's making this a little bit more difficult. And then the buyer demand is up so much that it's hard to, homes aren't sitting on the market for more than 3 days, so when you even see it and it's there and you haven't even got your house under contract, it's hard to know if it's gonna be there, which it most likely will not be there. But let's just give it a normal market situation where we have a good amount of inventory. It's not like super low like it is now. And you're ready to sell and you want to upgrade or you want to downgrade, but you're ready to do it. Here's how it typically works. You come to me, you say, I want to sell. We get it staged, we get it clean, we get that thing looking good like a crisp pizza. We get that thing looking good. We get the photography. We get their open houses scheduled. We get the brochures. We get the online marketing going on, everything that we do to list your home. And if you need information about that, we can tell you about that as well. And then opening weekend, we get multiple offers. You get under contract. Well, now that gives you the ability to go make an offer on another home. But remember, you've got to sell your home in order to buy the next home, which means when we do make that offer, we're going to have to make that offer, and here's the word, contingent on the sale of your property, which means that this offer is only good, we're making on this new house, it's only good once you sell and close on the home that you're currently living in. But we probably have a 2-week window. Sometimes we can talk to the buyers that are buying your home to get a little bit more time, but usually we have a 2-week window in which we can go try and find a home to buy it. If there's not any inventory, we're stuck in a hard place. You may have to be living in the extended stay for a little bit. But we try and find it. And so we go find the house, we luckily find it. We then make an offer that is contingent on the sale of your property. But let me just tell you, if there's any other offer that comes up, and right now we're getting a lot of multiple offers, if any other offers there, and they're not contingent or they're cash, which is the worst one, best thing if you are a buyer, but when you're competing, cash is the worst. If there's anybody that's not contingent, you will most likely lose unless you make an offer price that is much above that other price, which makes it more competitive and a harder decision for the seller to go. Do I take the offer that's not contingent, but they're giving me more money, but more things have to, that's contingent, but they're giving me more money, but more things have to happen in order for it to actually close, the underwriting for them, the underwriting for their buyers, or do I take the non-contingent offer and it's not as much, but it only requires this current buyer to do it. Most sellers go for the non-contingent offer. So if you do have a contingency, it is very difficult. But a lot of times in a normal market, you can do that. And it kind of just depends. It's situation by situation of what you're trying to do. The best way, if that's something that you're interested in, reach out to me and I can kind of just hear your scenario and let's see what our options would be. The other option that you would have in order to not make a contingency would be to talk to your lender your favorite lender. If you need a good one, I can pass one along. And ask them the question, hey, is it actually possible for me to make a non-contingent offer without having to sell my property or close on the property before I do it? Then it allows you to go make an offer, get under contract, close on it, move into the house, and then we'll then sell your house after that moving process is done. Or as soon as you get under contract, we can put your house on the market. Hopefully that makes sense. Please take a minute, ask some questions here in the comments. I'd love to help you answer some of those questions. Feel free to reach out to me as well. So that's kind of what it takes to sell and buy a home. And typically, I've done this in the same day. I've actually had a record transaction where I've had 6 contingencies, record transaction for me, 6 contingencies before we could close, meaning someone was buying someone's house, and they needed that to close in order to buy their house. And it just kind of backed itself out. And if one of them didn't work out, the whole chain is gone. But you need a really talented agent and someone who knows what they're doing. But that's typically the process. You sell your house, you close on it, you take those funds, you put it into the purchase of buying your house, and you buy it, and lenders know how to work that as well. And I've done that where we sell your home at 10 a.m. and then we go buy your next home at 2 p.m. But let's just say that's not impossible, and I don't really want to face the competition of the other offers that are not contingent, and I'm going to have to make a contingency offer. What are your options? Well, the great thing is we have access to a wonderful program through HomeLight called Trade-In. What Trade-In does is it allows you, and they exclusively work with many agents in Houston, but work with us especially, to allow you, it's a program made for this very scenario to make you still be able to make a competitive offer where you trade in your home, HomeLight buys your home, you then go purchase another home, and then you move into that next home. And it allows you to make a non-contingent offer. And also HomeLight has a program exclusively with us where you can actually make a cash offer via HomeLight on the home you're buying, which then cash is king, right? Cash is king. And they're allowing you to be able to make that offer with cash, with actually HomeLight's cash, which is pretty cool that they're willing to do that. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to take advantage of those programs, please reach out to us. We'd love to help you in any way that we can. And as always, please know that I'm here to help you in your home real estate buying, selling, investment journey. That's what we're here to do. Appreciate you taking time. We will see you next time on Ryan and Real Estate. See you.